Let's revive and swatch this nail polish from 1947. This is Revlon's Tortoise Shell. Tortoise Shell was a 1946 release, but in 1946 the bottle did not yet have the lucite wand. The bottle was changed in 1947 and the wand was added, not just to look pretty on your vanity, but to balance well in your hand during application. Now this bottle is old stock and has never been used, but it's completely dried out, so we'll have to get it flowing again before we can swatch it. Before we do that, I'd like to show you the pamphlet that was included in the box. For those who love paper ephemera, please feel free to pause to read the text, because I'll be moving quickly. It mostly covers other products and shades that were offered at the time and groups them by type. Tortoise Shell was considered a tawny shade. Tawny, in the way they were using it, was defined as having a brownish hue. By modern standards, we wouldn't really interpret the color as that, we'd call it a maroon. Interestingly, in many languages, maroon means chestnut, and it's often grouped with browns. Back in my school days, our school color was maroon, and many teachers near retirement back in the 90s would call our school color brown, and my peers would argue over it, so the perception of color is both cultural and generational. But to get to the point, they saw this as tawny or a brown red. Let's get back to the polish. The reason why this dried out, despite never having been used, is due to the fact that the manufacturer just didn't screw it down all the way, so it probably didn't take long for it to dry out completely. I'm very slowly trying to unscrew it so that the bristles don't break, but the brush will likely take some damage since the bristles are dipped in the dried polish. It's not rock hard since polish has plasticizers to give it some flexibility as to not chip on the nail, so in this state it's more the hardness of a dried sap in comparison, which is why going slowly might spare the brush. I can see that some bristles are snapping though, so it won't be by any means perfect. Let's cross our fingers that we can at least save it, and by save it I just mean have it be functional. And just like that, the brush is now freed. I can see a chunk of snapped bristles and the aluminum wand has twisted a little. We'll revisit this in a moment. In the meantime, I want to get some thinner in the bottle since it will need to soak it in for 1 or 2 days before I can check back on it. I won't be putting the brush back into the bottle until I can remove the broken bristles. So for now, we'll cap it with some clingy parafilm so that the solvent doesn't re-evaporate. And as for the brush, I need to take some pliers and retighten the crimped metal that holds the bristles in place. This will hopefully reduce our bristle loss. And now we'll use some acetone to clean the brush to let the broken bristles fall out. We'll revisit the cleaned brush after we mix the polish. It's been 2 days, so the polish is now soft enough to stir with a lab spatula. We basically have to mix it until all of the pigment on the bottom is reincorporated. And since this polish was never used, we'll need to add more thinner so that it's full. And the parafilm is going back on so that we can mix it more rigorously. While this mixes, I'm super excited to report that American Salon reached out to interview me and have featured me in their 2025 lookbook. I feel really honored, so be sure to check that out. They knew my cats' names, so they're good people. And if you're watching because of American Salon, hi, hello, welcome. Now that this is mixed, let's pivot back to the brush. It's clean and the broken bristles came out. I can tug on it so it's strong enough to go back into the bottle without falling out completely. Usually these old brushes are made with camel hair, but I believe this is sable. The bristles are just so soft. I know Revlon's lip brushes at the time were also sable hair. But now it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's swatch it. It applies so smoothly and with great opacity right out of the gate. And our second coat will just really deepen the color. You'll notice that there's just a little bit of grit that catches the light, but as I move my finger it kind of sinks back into the polish and then you don't notice it. The self-leveling is like magic. Here's the final look under brighter lighting. It's such a beautiful color, tawny and perfect for fall. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this color in the comments below, or if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Though I know the American Salon interview will probably answer a lot of them, so be sure to check that out too. Thanks so much for watching.